Welcome in to the MIAA tournament of 2024. The number 2 versus number 3 seed will go head-to-head tonight in an MIAA tournament semifinal. Kalamazoo, the number 2 seed, hosting Trine, the number 3 seed. Welcome into our pregame coverage. My name is Zach Metz. Next to me is Dawson Scoopin. We're going to bring you all the pregame coverage you could want, and then we will have all the game action for you right here. Dawson, thanks for joining me. You know, this is 2 incredible seasons, but for Kalamazoo, this is one of the best seasons, maybe the best season in school history. Why don't you take us through what this year has been like for Kalamazoo?
Yeah, Metz, again, thank you for having me on. And as you said, a year filled with adversity for the Hornets, but coming out on top of that and finishing with a 10-3 record, 5-2 in MIAA play, really ran through that schedule a little bit. It took a tough loss away to start the season, but then went on a big win streak all the way until we got here, and a couple of home games against Hope and Albion in the MIAA, and 2 rough losses, and really thought like a little bit of a turning point in the season. But finished out the season with 3 huge wins, and none bigger than the one last Wednesday here against Trine in overtime, and finished that out against Adrian to secure the number 2 seed in the MIAA tournament. As you said, host this home playoff game, and nothing bigger than that for this program and getting to where they want to be.
Yeah, Trine comes in 10-5. They are 5-2 in league play. They lost 3 games in the non-conference, picked up some big wins in there as well. All their losses, for the most part, were close, other than one, out there game against Worcester on March 30th. In MIAA play, they started out hot. They were 4-0, rolling. They hosted Hope College, did something that everybody else in the league did, lost to them. There's no shame in that. How do we get to where we are today? It's this game that I'm about to talk about. A week ago today against Kalamazoo, Kalamazoo took it in overtime 14-13, a game of runs where Trine led 4-1 at the end of the first quarter. Kalamazoo led 6-5 at the end of the second quarter. And it felt like in that third quarter of that game, Trine was starting to pull away. They had an 11-7 lead with about a minute left. And what feels like the turning point of that game, a big goal by Hannah Herron with 8 seconds left to make it 11-8. That really swung the momentum of the game, didn't it? Yeah,
and as you said, just an absolute game of runs, 4-1 at the end of the first quarter. It almost had the same feel as that Albion game that we called earlier here a couple weeks ago, get down big, and then they really didn't recover in that game, but the exact opposite in that Trine game. Actually got up at halftime, then again in the third, Trine takes off and gets up by 4 goals with about a minute left, and as you said, no goal bigger than that by Hannah Herron with about 8-9 seconds left, and really turned the tide to give Kalamazoo the lead. Just an unfortunate turnover late in that fourth quarter led to a Trine goal, take it to overtime, but the Hornets were able to pull it out in overtime. Again, Hannah Herron, and on the feeding end of that, I believe Tessa Fuller, and both of them had stellar games and helped Kalamazoo get over Trine in that overtime win.
Yeah, an incredible game. Trine went on to finish the year beating Calvin 18-7, Kalamazoo beating Adrian 19-2, both on Saturday. We're going to take a look at the All-MIAA teams for this season. Little spoiler alert, both Hannah Herron and Tessa Fuller featured multiple times. These teams voted on by the head coaches of the 8-member institutions of the MIAA that sponsor women's lacrosse. The Offensive Player of the Year was Julia Brown from Hope College. She was the 2023 Rookie of the Year. Concluded conference play with 37 points, including 31 goals. She's now a 2-time All-MIAA honoree. The Defensive Player of the Year comes from Kalamazoo. It's Hannah Herron, leading them to the number 2 seed here. 42 total points, 34 goals in conference play, and 74 draw controls. That's just an incredible number. It feels like anytime there's a draw, she's always right around where the ball is.
Yeah, Metz, and me and you see it the most. Right in that center draw control. Ella Spooner popping it up to Hannah Herron is the most common play you'll hear tonight in this game. And if you go to any past broadcast that you'll hear, and she's really a monster in that middle circle.
The Rookie of the Year in the MIAA, also from Kalamazoo, it is Tessa Fuller. 21 assists in conference play, top 7 in the league with 38 total points in her first year. She was named the Women's Lacrosse Athlete of the Week 3 times. Herron was named it 5 times this year. But what a way to burst onto the scene here and just assist after assist after assist for Tessa Fuller, and breaking almost every assist record that Kalamazoo has.
Yeah, an excellent start to her career, and obviously Rookie of the Year for the MIAA, and just a stud on this team, playing attack mostly down low, and sometimes she looks to dodge and get the goal herself, but most of the time it's her setting up her teammates with that dodge. Draws 2, finds the open man, and leads to a lot of goals for the Hornets, and as you said, breaking a lot of assist records along the way.
All right, let's go through the rest of the all MIAA teams. We'll go through every player from every school that was honored. The first team, Julia Brown from Hope, is an attack, her second time honored. Attack from Kalamazoo, Tessa Fuller, her first time honored. Someone we're going to see tonight for Trine, Callista Richmond, her third time honored at attack. She is a force on the field and someone that Kalamazoo is going to be diverting a lot of attention to tonight.
Yeah, Mets, and as you said, I mean, last game that we called in that overtime win for the Hornets, they were basically playing a box and one, taking a defender and face guarding her the whole time, just taking the ball out of her hands and trying to make someone else beat them. And I think we'll be seeing a lot of that again here today.
Let's look at the midfielders who were honored. First up, Molly Fredrickson from Hope College, honored for the second time. Hannah Herron, as you mentioned, from Kalamazoo, honored for the third time in her career. Brooke Hoyga from Trine, another one who had a really impactful game. She's honored for the second time. Sam Peterson from Alma, honored for her second time. And Kaylee Randall from Hope, honored for her second time. On the defensive end, Caroline Kernut from Hope, honored for her second time. Audrey DeWaters from Albion, her all-MIAA honoree. And Mia Skibbins from Hope earns her first all-MIAA honors. The goalkeepers on the first team, one of them we're going to see tonight, one of them is in the other game. Maddie Yakes from Hope College gets her second honor, and Maddie Caston from Trine gets her second honor. And especially early in that game between Kalamazoo, she really showed why she was there.
Yeah, Caston in that first quarter, I mean, a ton of big saves to keep Kalamazoo really off the board. But after that first quick goal, I mean, they scored with about 30 seconds into the first quarter, and then after that just stonewalled until about a minute and a half into the second. And you see why she's a first-team All-MIAA goalie.
Let's look at the second team. First up on the attack, Morgan Bethard from Calvin earns her first honors. Julie Kirkpatrick from Hope earns her second honors. Elena Salazar from Hope gets her third honor. You thought this was a snub. Ella Spooner from Kalamazoo ends up on the second team. You thought she should have been on the first. Her numbers overall in the season reflect it dipped down a little bit in conference play in terms of pure number of goals, but you still feel she's a first-team caliber talent, right?
Mets, I'm sticking with it. I think Spooner was snubbed from the first team, and, you know, Kalamazoo, they're the number 2 seed in the MIAA tournament, and getting 3 players on the first team all MIAA is not a lot to say for the number 2 seed, and I think Spooner should be up there with Fuller and Herron.
Let's look at the midfield. Earning her first honor, Megan Chang from Calvin. Earning her first honor here in the midfield. Another one we'll see tonight, Alyssa Kepner from Trine. Kendall Lewis from Albion gets a midfield honor. Valentina Rubio from St. Mary's. And J.C. Smith from Calvin. It's Rubio's second, Smith's first honor from the midfield. And on the defensive end, we have 3 of them, 2 of them in this game. Evelyn Bellotti from Trine gets her first honor. Sarah Bollinger from Alma gets her second. And Mackenzie Newhall, the freshman D-pole, gets her first all-MIAA honor on the second team. The goalkeeper is Nicole Miller from Albion, gets her first honor. How about Mackenzie Newhall, though? First season of women's lacrosse in college and already an all-MIAA player, similar to Fuller with that kind of impact.
Yeah, not as flashy as Fuller. You know, she's not going to pop on the box score to you, but obviously she's a defenseman, and she's really the anchor of that defense, a great start to her college career, as you said, a freshman, and making the all-MIAA team, really just holding down the defense down low for Kalamazoo.
All right, let's get into the game. This one right here, number 2 Kalamazoo, number 3 Trine. What do you think we're going to see? Do you think we're going to see a similar game plan for Kalamazoo? What do you think is going to happen here tonight?
Yeah, Mets, I think we'll see a really similar game plan to the first game. I mean, if it ain't broke, don't fix it, as they say, but it was a little bit broke during that game. I mean, some adjustments had to have been made between those first and second and third and fourth quarters, but I think that the game plan will be overall really similar. You know, we'll probably see that little box and one type of defense, you know, take away Trine's best player, and, you know, hopefully we see a little bit of the runs, but not as crazy as the last game. I mean, that's just a little bit too much on us personally.
Yeah, no, we're young, but our hearts are old with the way that we have to watch some of these games, and that game was no exception. On the attacking end for Kalamazoo, you would imagine it's play through your stars, right? Spooner, Herron, Fuller, all of them, right?
Yeah, I mean, I'm really torn up here. You say run through your stars, but they have stars at the midfield and at the attack. You know, I don't know if you really started down low with Fuller and Doyle and get them some assists to the midfielders, or if you started up top with either Spooner or Herron and run it from out there. I mean, you had a mix of it in the Trine game. You saw a lot towards the end with the midfielders and running that one play where they set a lot of screens for each other, and either Spooner or Herron will start it from the other side, but one of those two, and they'll probably switch it up throughout the game, and that'll hopefully get the Hornets rolling on offense.
What about for Trine? What do you think they got to do here? I mean, big stage for them as well. They're not a team with a ton of MIAA tournament experience, as is Kalamazoo. Each team only making their third appearance in program history here. It's the first time Kalamazoo's at a home game here. What do you think Trine's got to do to weather this storm? It's going to be a great crowd tonight, obviously, but mostly against the Thunder. What do you think is on their game plan?
Yeah, new experiences for both teams, as you said, and really for Trine, it's just getting the clears and getting it down the offensive end, and then once you're down there, you do not need to force a shot. One area that Kalamazoo struggles a little bit is late in that shot clock on defense, and if Trine can get it down low and really work it around and try to draw some doubles and dish it out to the open man, then I think that they'll have a lot of success on the offensive end.
That sounds like a game plan for success on both sides, and we are excited. About an hour ago, I caught up with all three of them, Ella Spooner, Hannah Herron, and Tessa Fuller, in the Hornet Suite before the game. We're going to bring you their thoughts on tonight's game coming up next here on the pregame show of this MIAA tournament game. Hey.
Lacrosse. Ella, thanks for joining me here before the game. Just first thing, reflect on the season. Most wins in program history. Just kind of what this year has meant to you.
Yeah, I mean, this year has been huge, Zach. I mean, we've gone through so much adversity this season, and despite everything that's been thrown our way, all the bad things we've had to work through, it's just brought our team closer together. And honestly, like, I've never met a group of girls like this. I can't say enough good things about the team. Everything that's been thrown our way, we've just come together. We're a really tight-knit group now, and we're just taking everything one day at a time and enjoying the blessings that we've received this season so far.
Obviously, one of the things that's been big for you, scoring goals. What have been some of the things that you've done to really improve your offensive game and really been able to shine this season?
Yeah, so lots of film. We've been lucky to have Coach Caldwell join the coaching staff this season. He sat me down a lot. We've gone through hours of film together. I've spent a lot of time before and after practice staying with our goalie, Caitlin Grice. She's been kind enough to help me get some extra shots on her, so that's been my big focus this year, just contributing in any way that I can. So.
What do you think about tonight's matchup? Obviously, you know, played them once, overtime, crazy game. To keep maybe a little less stress on Hornet fans and not have to go through those runs, what do you think you guys have to do to go through, get another win, get to the final?
Yeah, so the plan is tonight is holding offensive possession, setting the pace of this game, and just continue dominating on the draw. Last time we were 70% on the draw, so we're anticipating that they'll make some changes to counter that. So we're going to come out prepared to do that. We have some new stuff that we've been working on offense that we think are going to work pretty well. We've been looking at some film, seeing how Trine played against Calvin. We've taken some things from that. And we also have a new defensive plan tonight. So we have a couple new things coming out that we think will help us make this game go in our favor.
Last thing I want to ask you about your senior Hannah, who's sitting right over there. What has kind of she meant to this team and to this program?
You know, Hannah's everything for this program. We're going to have a big hole left behind next year. Hannah has not only been a leader on the field as one of our leading scorers, running our defense. She just won Defensive Player of the Year, so shout out to her. But she's also off the field. We have had a quote this year saying that we've been under Hammy's wing, and she really has taken everybody under her wing and has made this program one of a kind because of her. So not enough good things to say about her.
Thank you, Ellen.
Yeah,
good luck
thanks
tonight.
for having me. Thank you.
Now with the MIAA Defensive Player of the Year, Hannah Aaron. Thanks for joining me. Also, senior season, most wins in program history. What has this year meant to you personally as the only senior on this team?
This year has meant so much to me. I just got really lucky to be surrounded by a great group of women, and it's been just awesome to see how much the program has grown since I was a freshman year. Last year we didn't have a great record, and it was amazing to see that turn around this year for the better.
One of the things that obviously sticks out in your accolades and numbers, both sides of the field, offensively, defensively, what are some of the things that you do to be able to be so good on both ways?
I think something that's just super helpful is being surrounded by great players, and we have great attackers as well as defenders and goalies, and I think practicing with them every day and just taking things away from different people to kind of adjust play has been really helpful.
All right, we'll look at tonight's matchup. Like I asked Ella, intense game, overtime. You had the winner last time. What do you guys think you have to do specifically to get another win tonight?
I think we learned a lot from our game last week, Wednesday, with weaknesses within their offense as well as defense. So we've been looking at a lot of film and working with Coach Mitchell Caldwell on switching things up a little bit on defense today by locking off one of their stronger attackers, which I think will be super helpful tonight, and hopefully we can shut them down more than we did last week. And I think going into this game, we're feeling a lot more confident and ready to just have foot on the gas and go.
Last question for you. This season's obviously been the best that the program's seen. Where do you see this program going from here? Where do you think it can go?
I think we can see this program making it to the MIAA Final Four within the next couple of years. I think this is only the beginning of where this program will go. I'm really excited to watch all the girls left on the team after I graduate and see what they can do, continue to break records and stuff. Yeah.
Thank you, Hannah, and good luck tonight.
Thank you.
Yeah, Hope won 17-7.
Now talking with the MIAA Rookie of the Year, Tessa Fuller. Tessa, thanks for taking a minute. Your first collegiate season, what has it been like for you? What has this experience been?
It's just been like nothing I've ever imagined. It's been so much fun. We have a great team, great environment they make coming to practice and playing games. So much fun, and they've just been so encouraging. I can't even say enough good things about all the girls on the team.
Breaking assist record after assist record. What are some of the things that you do that allow for that? You think it's the attackers? You think it's the system? You think it's just, maybe you're just Patrick Mahomes on a lacrosse field? What goes into that?
I think it's my teammates. They're the ones that finish it and put it in the back of the net, and they give a lot of opportunity for me to be creative within my skill, which makes me more confident.
I'll ask you the same thing I've asked the other two. Tonight's matchup against Trine, what do you think you guys have to do, particularly on attack, to score enough goals?
I think we just gotta finish our shots at the beginning of our game last week. We missed some good opportunities, but we've been practicing. With their sort of defense, so I think we're ready. And yeah.
What are some other things you hope to accomplish as you go through the rest of your 3 years here?
I hope to see more seasons like this, making it to the tournament. And just keep having this sort of success. It's been really awesome.
Well, congratulations on your accolades. Thank you for joining me, and good luck tonight.
Thank you.
They're getting ready to announce the starting lineups. Before we do that really quickly, the other MIAA tournament semifinal between Hope and Albion has concluded. Hope picked up a win 17-7. They are the number 1 seed. They advance to the tournament final. That is scheduled for Saturday. The winner of this game will travel to Van Andel Stadium for that game. And let's look at the starting lineups for tonight. First up for Trine, a sophomore midfielder from Leominster, Massachusetts, number 8, Elizabeth Larson. A senior D-pull from Angola, Indiana, number 11, Emily McKinley. Freshman D-pull from Maple Grove, Minnesota, number 12, Claire Schmaltz. Junior attack from New Lenox, Illinois, number 13, Paige Hull. Senior midfielder from Downers Grove, Illinois, number 15, Danielle Garzullo. Junior attack from Portage, Michigan, number 18, Callista Richmond. Senior attack from West Lafayette, Indiana, number 19, Nikki Hibbler. A junior midfielder from Portage, Michigan, number 20, Brooke Hoyga. Junior attack from Moni, Illinois, number 23, Courtney Rhodes. Freshman deep pull from Carmel, Indiana, number 25, Evelyn Bellotti. A senior midfielder from Midland, Michigan, number 34, Alyssa Kempner. And their goalkeeper, a junior from Battle Creek, Michigan, number 35, Maddie Caston. On the Kalamazoo side, a junior goalkeeper from Jordan, Minnesota, number 2, Jordan Flink. A senior midfielder from Belmont, Michigan, number 5, Hannah Herron. Freshman midfielder from Ada, Michigan, number 6, Julia Kozel. Junior attack from Canton, Michigan, number 7, Lily Grelak. Sophomore midfielder from Ada, Michigan, number 8, Sophie Hartle. Sophomore attack from Holland, Michigan, number 10, Ella Spooner. Freshman attack from Spring Lake, Michigan, number 13, Tessa Fuller. Sophomore attack from Troy, Michigan, number 18, Jordan Doyle. Junior midfielder from Lake Orion, Michigan, number 21, Natalie Mackey. Freshman D-pull from Hendersonville, Tennessee, number 24, Ansley Ware. And freshman D-pull from Naples, Florida, number 27, Mackenzie Newhall.
At this time, please join us in honoring the All-MIAA.
Right now on the field, they're going to honor the All-MIAA teams. Then we're going to get the anthem. We're going to get this underway. But first off, we're going to take a quick wrap around K Athletics. First up, men's tennis, the Kalamazoo College men's tennis team, the number 1 overall seed in their tournament. They took on Hope College today, and they advanced to the tournament final again. They defeat the Flying Dutchman 5-1, winning 2-1 in the doubles contest, and then they win, by my count, they won 3 of the singles contests, led by the MIAA Player of the Year, Gabe Vidanas, who has been phenomenal for them. And that dynasty just continues to keep on keeping on.
Yeah, Metzen, as you said, the most consistent team in Kalamazoo College athletics, men's tennis. I mean, just continuing that dominance and a 3-way tie atop of the MIAA in tennis. But Kalamazoo gets the 1 seed and then takes care of Hope, and hopefully they can finish it out for the championship.
And the last thing we're going to do quickly, we're going to talk about the MIAA baseball championship hunt. There's 4 teams in that mix: Kalamazoo, Alma, Hope College, Adrian College. Kalamazoo and Alma tied at 13-5, hoping that Adrian finished or tied at 12-6. Here's the scenarios: if Kalamazoo sweeps, if Alma sweeps, they are the 1 seeds they will host. We will bring you the rest of the scenarios after the national anthem. That is coming up next. All right, quickly, before this game starts, the rest of the baseball scenarios. If Kalamazoo sweeps, if Alma sweeps, they host. If Kalamazoo wins 2 of 3, and this is assuming that Hope and Adrian sweep their series, both will be favorites over Calvin and Albion. Because of the situational tiebreakers, mainly because of the double forfeit between Calvin and Hope, if it's Kalamazoo, Hope, and Adrian all tied, Kalamazoo will host, Adrian will be the 2, Hope will be the 3. If Alma's at top of that, Adrian becomes the 1, Hope becomes the 2, Alma becomes the 3. Kalamazoo would slot into the 4. They would travel to Adrian on Wednesday night. Should Kalamazoo be hosting, they would host Alma on Wednesday night over at Woodworth Field. Craziness that's going to start getting decided tomorrow when Kalamazoo hosts Alma tomorrow at 4 p.m. Enough talk about that, though. We got a game that's about to get underway. The MIAA tournament about to start here on Mackenzie Field. Something that has never happened before is going to start right now. And let's take a look at the goalkeeper matchup for this game. In 1 goal for Trine, it's Maddie Caston, the All-MIAA first-team junior. has a 10-5 win-loss record, 139 goals against, a 10-8 goals against average, 123 saves, 46.9% save percentage. For Kalamazoo, it's Jordan Flink. 8-2 overall record, 104 goals against, 11.45 goals against average, 73 saves, 41.2 save percentage. Ella Spooner in the draw circle for Kalamazoo. And we are underway, and look who's got it. Hannah Herron controlling the first draw for the Hornets.
Yeah, nothing you expect less right out of that first opening draw control. Spooner right to Herron, and Kalamazoo starts on the offensive end.
Yeah, Spooner talked about the importance of dominating in the draw circle. Like they did in game one, they do it here. We got a pack house at the MAC. And Jordan Doyle's got it behind the net. Gives it to Herron. Kennedy Hind, who has just come back from an injury, had it, gave it up. Hornets are very happy to have her back in the midfield. Here's Spooner looking to go one-on-one. Spooner to the middle of the field. Pass was deflected and caught by Herron. Herron weaving through traffic, slowed down, looking for Fuller. In front of the net, sails it high.
Wow, and after a little bit, Spooner throws a little bit of errant pass, but picked up by Herron, and she found Fuller wide open inside, and a little bit of a talk.
And this is going to be given to Trine. So the Thunder get a stop.
Yeah, not really sure what happened there, but Fuller right on the doorstep and missed high. You don't see that often from her, and a break for the Thunder right away.
The first pass is errant, still loose, and Trine's got it. This is their star, Callista Richmond, who gives it up to Brooke Hoyga.
Yeah, Metz, and as you said, we listened to those interviews, and you know, Spooner and Herron both said that they're going to switch it up a little bit defensively, and I'm really surprised to hear that. Maybe they'll just throw in an extra wrinkle, but it looks like they'll just try to keep it away from Callista Richmond this whole game.
Ainsley Ware is essentially face guarding her. That box in one style defense, as you mentioned. Alyssa Kempner's got it for the Thunder.
Yeah, exactly what we saw in that first game. They just got to it a little bit later on, and hopefully taking her away will stop a little bit of that first quarter dominance that they had in the first game.
Pass is tipped around and picked up by Sophie Hartle. Both teams get stops on their first defensive possession.
Yeah, and the Trine Thunder just trying to force it into Richmond there. I think a little bit on the same plane, Richmond and Hoyga, and really didn't know who it was going to, and one tried to jump in front of the other and turns the ball over. And hopefully the Hornets can get this cleared and into the offensive end.
They get it cleared, and here comes Natalie Mackey, who weaves through traffic and now has some space. Mackey near the goal, has it knocked away, and we got a whistle. And I believe this means our first free possession try, maybe? It is. Mackey is 1 for 4 from the free position this year. Facing the All-MIAA goalie, trying to give the Hornets the lead. Weaving, shot, scores!
Yeah, and just a great take right there from Mackey. Goes basically coast-to-coast, split right through a lot of defenders and gets that free position and is able to bury it for the first goal of the game. And really similar to that first goal in the first game. I mean, Kalamazoo basically had a perfect start to that first game in the first quarter, but then it went downhill from there. So hopefully they can avoid that here.
Not quite as fast, but the Hornets go up 2.5 minutes in this game with Mackey going unassisted to make it 1-0. So now, playing out exactly like last week, what does Kalamazoo have to do to avoid a 4-0 Thunder run here?
Well, it really starts again in the middle draw control circle, like Spooner said. She wants to dominate in there like she did last game, and that'll stop it right away. But
so are you saying this is the biggest draw control of the game?
I'm not saying that yet, Mets. We'll save that one for later.
It's going to go to the Thunder. Won by Danielle Garzullo.
Yeah, and that's exactly what the Thunder need. Just get it back in their offensive possession. And last time they kind of rushed it, forced a little bit of a pass, and that's exactly what they don't need to do.
They rush again, and then Kempner couldn't hold on to it. Look at Kennedy Hind coming all the way up to force a turnover. Now Lily Grelak trying to race into the offensive end.
Yeah, and right there you can see why the Hornets are happy to have her back from injury. Just took off on that one, gets the ground ball, and clears it instantly. And looks like she wasn't even injured at all.
Here's a storyline to follow. Vivian Schmidt out today, one of the better defenders on this Kalamazoo team. But they do get Hind back. Maren Boschevin is also out, so they are down some bodies in the defensive end. You know that they said earlier they want to try and slow it down on attack. Do you think part of that's to buy some rest?
You know, the more that they hold it on this offensive end, the more that gives the defense a break. And if they don't even have it in their offensive end, they can't score, so that's big. And, you know, Ware and Newhall will really try to hold down the defensive end today for the Hornets.
Herron's going to get a free position try after taking some contact. She's 9-19 from here. Her shot, top, down, and in.
Yeah, talk about a shot right there from Hannah Herron, bar down, and a 2-0 lead, and that's exactly what the Hornets needed right there. Just jump out early and don't let up a Thunder run.
2-0 Kalamazoo, goal number 59 for Hannah Herron. Both of Kalamazoo's early goals have come from the free position. Natalie Mackey got her 12th of the year. And it's 2-0 Hornets vying for a trip to Holland on Saturday with what feels like the full backing right now of the Kalamazoo College faithful.
Yeah, Matt, some might say the golden area of Kalamazoo College athletics. You know, athletes supporting athletes.
Tanner White out here. This draw control, going to get it. Herron nearly there. Now putts it back the other way, and she will go pick it up. Another one. There's just a certain energy at the MAC right now that I don't know that I've ever seen for a lacrosse game.
Yeah, it feels like it. The last time we felt like this was a trying game a week ago and trying to pick that right back up where they left it.
Kalamazoo, since overtime, has outscored their opponents 21-2, that including the Adrian game. And they can go up 3-0 here with another strong attack. Lily Grelak's got it, gives it to Jordan Doyle. Doyle to Herron. To Sophie Hartle. Misses on the pass to Grelak, and this is going to roll out of bounds. An unforced turnover for the Hornets.
Yeah, just an unfortunate pass right there. Hartle kind of sails on her, and an unforced turnover, not what the Hornets needed, but up to a little bit of insurance early and see if they can stand strong on the defensive end.
Here come the Thunder the other way on a beautiful night at the MAC. Kemner has it knocked away. There's Mackey. And beautiful night doesn't even start to describe it. 71 degrees, sunny. And Mackey stepped out of bounds. It's turnover.
Yeah, and try to take off just like she did on the last one, but right behind her, I believe that was Elizabeth Larson, and she's just as speedy, if not faster, than Mackey.
Under 5 minutes, or more than 5 minutes have been played here in the first quarter. You can see Richmond trying to get open, Ware staying very close. There's Larson with some space. She scores.
Yeah, and really a breakdown on defense with the communication, and
you're good.
A screen set, and neither defender switches onto her, and just an easy goal right there for Elizabeth Larson.
21st of the year for the sophomore. That makes it 2-1.
And nothing you'd expect less. I mean, a little bit of a back and forth action here early on. Expect that throughout the entire game.
Kemner is currently on the sideline. I wonder if she's just talking to her head coach, Kevin Cook, or she's being subbed out. I think she's being subbed out. This draw to Herron.
Yeah, and as you said, the third time already this game, and just get used to it. There's many more to come.
Doyle to Grelak. Gives it to Hine. To Herron to Doyle. They work around the horn. Grelak trying to win with speed. Goes to Spooner. She ducks down. She takes some contact. And it looks like we're getting another try.
And where the Hornets have been living on the offensive end at that free position, and see if they can go 3 for 3 to start this game.
Spooner's been good from there. She's going to get a try. Her shot stopped by Caston.
Yeah, and just a huge save right there by Caston. And you can see that's kind of what she did in the first quarter of that last game. Gave up that early first goal and then was really solid in goal after that.
Here comes Trine. The other way was Evelyn Bellotti, second team All-MIAA freshman. Gives it to Brooke Hoyga, first team All-MIAA junior. Kempner back in. And they got some space. That shot wide from Courtney Rhodes, and Trine will keep it. Thunder trying to tie this game up. Kozel, a really good move. They get in front, they score. It's Larson again, and we are tied.
Yeah, just a great feed right there in front, right to Larson, and she's going to bury that one 9 times out of 10. Point blank range, and really nothing you can ask Flink to do there. And maybe a little bit of what we expected, a little bit 2-goal run for Kalamazoo to open it, and then 2 goals right back for Trine. And
do we hear back and forth? Who would expect anything less?
As we said in that first game, we had 4 and 5 goal runs each way multiple times, and might be looking at the same thing here.
We're back to the draw circle. 7:47 to go in the first. It's tied at 2. Spooner pops this up. Can she get it herself? No. In fact, getting it for Trine is Garzullo. Then she's fouled, and Trine will get it.
Yeah, Hart a little bit too aggressive on that one, and give her a little bit of a cross check, and that's going to get whistled every time.
So the Thunder can take their first lead of the night. Here's Hoyga around a double screen. Mackey switches onto it, and Hoyga loses it. Mackey there. Can't quite cause the turnover, and she gets whistled for the foul. And
yeah, and just great communication there. As you saw, a double screen, and the Hornet defenders really talk that one out and get the switches correct, and Mackey right there to stop that dodge.
play resumes. Here's Hoyga, 30 to shoot. Larson gives it up. Here's Rhodes. Newhall defending, and then a free position try is coming. I believe for.
Wow.
Is it going to be for Richmond?
Yeah, they whistled Ware for a hold on Richmond. I'm really shocked. I was almost watching it right there, and she was just working back and forth.
Richmond shot is stopped by Flink. I was just going to say she's excellent from the free position. 4 of 5, now 4 of 6. Flink with a huge save.
A little bit of a reverse announcer's jinx right there, huh, Mets?
Maybe you just wait till after it happens to say it. As the Hornets will try and clear.
Yeah, and just big-time play right there from Flink, and that's exactly what you need out of her if the Hornets are going to pull off another win here, just stonewalling arguably Trine's best player, Calissa Richmond.
I don't think it's arguably. I think it's clear.
They have multiple first-team All-MIAA players as well.
They do. Trine is an excellent team as Spooner sends Bellotti to the turf, and now here come the Hornets. They will set up their attack, look to slow down.
Yeah, and if you're the Hornets right here, just take your time, work this around the horn a couple of times, and give your defense a little bit of a break and look for a really good shot.
Trine ramping up the pressure defensively. Spooner going to get a running start towards the goal, stopped by Bellotti. Now Herron loses it, picks it back up, somehow kept it, despite all that pressure from the Thunder. And the Hornets will reset with Hind. To Grelak, to Doyle. This is where they want her with it. And then missed Fuller. A long run for this. Fortunately for the Hornets, Hartle's the only one there, but they got 5 seconds to shoot. Hartle's got to charge in, try and do it herself. A long shot, and that's an easy stop for Caston.
Yeah, and even though it was a pretty good, easy stop for Caston, I mean, a good look from Hartle. Picked up that ball with about 6 seconds left on the clock and still got a decent-looking shot.
So the Thunder move right to left. And that pass sails Aaron, a turnover.
Yeah, and a big break right there for the Hornets. I mean, an unforced turnover from the Thunder. You don't see that very often. And hopefully look to take advantage of that.
Here's Hartle, keeps it, gives it to Spooner. She couldn't hold on to it. And unfortunately, or fortunate that Trine didn't pick it up, and then they're whistled for a foul. Kalamazoo catching a little bit of a break there.
Yeah, and pass looked like it went just off a Spooner stick and hops over a Thunder defender right to Lily Grelak. And see if they get back to that action that they loved in the first game against Trine.
That pass misses Kozel. Now Doyle. Gotta always be careful of Heron breaking. That pass misses. And good job by Hartle to keep possession. And then a whistle, I think, is going to send this back to a green card's coming out on Trine. As Nikki Hibbler, I believe, is getting sent off.
Yeah, I believe that one's going to be an offsides call. Hartle doing a great job of tiptoeing the line, but I think Hibbler stepped over.
Eden Schnerstein is going to check in for Kalamazoo as Hind will come off. And now the Hornets with the advantage here. Can they take advantage? They get a fresh clock and 30 seconds to work. Here's Kozel in front. That shot stopped. It's loose. Schnerstein couldn't pick it up on the first try. She'll create some space, picks it up, and the Hornets will keep it. Doyle goes back to Heron, to Kozel. Schnerstein with some room, goes back to Doyle. Now Fuller in front to Heron. Fakes one way, goes back the other. She scores!
Yeah, and right there you see why Tessa Fuller broke all the single season assist records. And right to Hannah Heron, and right on the doorstep again. She's not missing it.
Number 60 for the senior. And you mentioned Tessa Fuller breaking every record. Here's where she ranks in the MIAA and nationally. Second in the MIAA in assists, third in points. She's tied 39th nationally in assists, 20th nationally in assists per game, 33rd in points per game. This season, the record she has broken, assists in a game, she got 8, also had 7, which broke the record, and 6, which broke the record. Points in a game she did against St. Mary's about a couple of weeks ago. And then she also broke the single season assist record. Entered tonight with 40. As Trine gets this one, that assist was 41.
Yeah, and right there you see why she's the Rookie of the Year in the MIAA, and just breaking records all over the place and leading the MIAA and up in the top in the entire country.
Trine's penalty released as Kempner picks this up. 2 minutes to go in the first quarter, 3-2 Hornets. Here's Rhodes, cutting on Newhall, got a step, Rhodes in front, shot, scores. Immediate answer from the Thunder and Courtney Rhodes.
Yeah, and going right at the All-MIAA second-team defender, Mackenzie Newhall, and gets a step and right on the doorstep and buries it. Really, again, putting Flink in a tough spot.
1:55 to go. And what is an even ball game at 3? Pretty much what we expected, right?
Yeah, I mean, an even ball game is what we expected, but maybe a little bit more on the runs, but both teams really don't want to give that up like they did last game. So great job in keeping it even at 3 with about just under 2 minutes in this first quarter.
Garzulo wins the draw. Trine has actually had the advantage in draws tonight. Complete opposite of the last time these teams played, and they're going to get a great scoring chance, but the shot bounces wide from Hoyga, excuse me. Richmond takes some contact and is going to get whistled. So this is going to be a free position try for Callista Richmond, but it's almost at an impossible angle.
Yeah.
So you assume she's going to be looking to find somebody, right?
Believe she's below goal line extended, so she's probably looking to pass it, and Ware will get right back onto her and pester her.
Hoyga's shot might have been deflected. She got it back momentarily. It's loose. They're fishing for it. Flink goes and traps it.
Yeah, I think Flink might have made another big save right there on that one, and then Hoyga gets the rebound back and just unable to capitalize.
We're approaching a minute, and Mackey turns it over. Kempner then took a tumble, and I believe they're going to call this out of bounds to Kalamazoo. No, a green card's coming out. Mackey's getting sent off.
You'll see what that green card is for.
Doyle steps in front to at least cause some chaos, and it causes a turnover.
Yeah, great play right there from Jordan Doyle, the attackman, getting in, and just a little bit of room there, and she steps in front of a pass and makes a huge play to hopefully kill the rest of this penalty.
40 seconds to go in the quarter.
Yeah, it looks like the Hornets will just play keep away and run out the rest of this penalty and a little bit of that clock.
They're going to turn it over first. 30 seconds, and stepping in front to intercept that, I believe, was Paige Hall.
I guess I shouldn't have said anything.
Yep, that's on you. 20 seconds.
I'll take that one, Mets, but that's my one for the game.
All right, don't do it again. 15 seconds, trying on attack. Hoyga gets some speed. Now Rhodes with some room. She scores. 6.3 to go in the quarter, and the Thunder lead it 4-3.
Yeah, and just talk about taking advantage of the opportunity right there. Get the man up and turn it over early in their possession, but make a great play on the defensive end, and it leads right back down to a goal, and looks like to take the lead to end this quarter.
As you mentioned, 6.3 to go. That just feels like a deflating goal. Fortunately for the Hornets, it is still early.
Yeah, and I was surprised looking down there. I'm wondering why there's a Thunder attacker wide open right in front of the goal, and realize that they're still man up.
Mackey's been released. Trine wins another draw control, and the clock is going to run out on the first quarter. Back and forth the whole way. A late goal gives the Thunder the lead. We played one in the MIAA tournament semifinal between Kalamazoo and Trine. Thunder leading it 4-3.
Yeah, and just a big shout out there down low. Mr. Doyle hyping up the crowd at the MAC and for a packed house.
And shout out the Doyle family for bringing us cookies.
Yeah, 2 shout outs. And shout out to all the Doyles watching at home.
Absolutely. I would say our biggest fans. We appreciate you guys. This draw popped up and caught by Sophie Hartle.
Yep, and just what the Hornets need. Get back in that win column and the draw controls and set up on the offensive end.
It was 5-3 Trine in the draw controls in the first quarter. And Ella Spooner talked about she wanted to dominate that area, and so far has been getting outplayed by Danielle Garzullo. They're really going to be counting on her, though. Here's Spooner.
Going back to their bread and butter here with the little screenplay.
Doyle in front. Fuller couldn't hold on to it. Kozel's there to pick it up.
Wow, just an absolutely great look right there. Tessa Fuller catches her defenseman sleeping, and
Doyle has a look. Shot is stopped by Caston.
Yeah, 2 great looks right there for the Hornets, and unable to capitalize on both. See if they can force a turnover here or something to keep it out of their defensive end.
Splitting 2 is Hoyga. And that pass might have gone off the head of Paige Hull, but Trine keeps it back with Larson. Larson's got speed. As the Sun continuing this set over top of the Western Michigan parking garage, and Trine's got it with a lead, a chance to extend it.
Yeah, hoping for that Sun to just go down a little bit faster.
Yeah, it gets in our eyes a little bit. It's tough to see with that. They really couldn't have built the press box on the other side.
It would have been very helpful.
Very convenient for us. Spin and a shot and a save by Flink.
Yeah, great kick save right there by Jordan Flink, and again stepping up big.
Ware gets whistled for a foul against Richmond. And we're going to get a free position try for Richmond. She's been stopped once today. And that shot was deflected. It will stay with Trine.
Yeah, and Ware in that trail position on the free position and gets a stick in front of that shot, and just a great play from her.
Richmond in front, wide open shot, scores. It's Hoyga.
Yeah, and just a little bit of overhelping from the Hornet defense right there. I mean, Ware was in good position on Richmond, and I believe it was Heron came off her man and leaves Hoyga wide open on the doorstep.
First goal of the night for Brooke Hoyga. That puts her total at the year up to 37. First team All-MIAA midfielder makes it 5-3 Thunder. They've scored the last 3.
Yeah, and the Thunder going on a little bit of a run just like they were in the first game, just flipping the quarters.
Heron trying to chase down this draw. Does. It's a great job to pick that up.
Yeah, Mets, I think I got to say it again. Spooner to Heron, I mean, you're going to keep hearing it over and over and over.
2.5 minutes into the second. What does Kalamazoo have to do here to find the goal?
Just take your time on the offensive end. I think they've been rushing a little bit and trying to force some passes inside. Just work it around and find a good shot before you take it. You know, quality over quantity.
Doyle fakes. To Heron. Heron gets inside, goes low, and a great save by Caston.
Wow, and just an excellent move from Heron, and an even better play right there from Maddie Caston to stuff Heron.
And Caston kind of faked out Fuller on the pass, but then it wasn't collected. And then Grelak was in position and then slipped and fell.
Yeah, the turf monster gets Grelak on that one. Good thing Caston had the goalie stick on that pass.
That was a high pass, and Caston was able to stick it all the way up in the air to make the catch. And here come the Thunder. It's Hoyga. Hoyga's got room. She slowed down. The pass was errant. It's picked up right in front by Garzullo, who scores.
Yeah, and that's just an unfortunate break right there for the Hornets. I'm not sure who that was down low on defense, but the ball bounces right over and right into the hands of Gargulo. And just unfortunate for the Hornets. Really need to put an end to this Thunder run.
That makes it 6-3. Kalamazoo no stranger to these deficits against Trine. But you can't let it grow any larger.
Yeah, and that's, I believe, what was the biggest deficit for them in that first game? 4 goals?
4 goals. It was 11-7 late in the third quarter.
Yeah, and only down 3 here and plenty of time early in the second quarter.
Trine controls another draw. And then a green card's coming out. It's going to send Spooner off.
A little bit aggressive on that cross check. Maybe a little bit of frustration building over early for the Hornets.
So here come the Thunder. Is this where Trine tries to find Richmond? She's got it now. Goes in front. They got a look. Shot was stopped by Flink. And then an immediate turnover. And a whistle is going to give Trine a free position try.
Yeah, and a great stop there by Flink. I think it was Ware collected the ball and kind of just forced a pass really early, and she's unhappy with that free position call.
It's a long ways away. That shot is stopped by Flink. A huge save.
Yeah, huge save, and even she wasn't sure if she saved it or not.
And then Kempner forces a turnover. Outruns Kozel. Here come the Thunder again. Could be a chance in front. Hoyga spins. And then I believe a timeout was called by Trine. Yes. So the Thunder take a timeout. They lead at 6-3 with 10:19 to go in the second quarter. Trine's got possession. 10:19 to go in the second quarter. Leading at 6-3. Still with the man advantage. Got a look right in front. They score again. It's Nikki Hibbler this time, and it is 7-3 Thunder.
Yeah, Metzen, the Hornets really shooting themselves in the foot here and going on the man down, and really not much you can do. Just a great look right there for Hibbler, and she buries it. Trine really going on one of those runs that we had in the first game.
They've scored the last 5 goals, 2 of them man up to take a 7-3 lead.
It feels like it was just 2-0 Kalamazoo and 3-2 Kalamazoo. And now the Hornets obviously looking at a 4-goal deficit. Really need to get something going on the draw control and into the offensive end here quick.
What can Spooner and Heron and Hartle do? This one's played back towards Hartle. It bounces, and Trine's got it again. And then it's knocked away. I believe Kozel was right there. Scooped up by Hartle, who then has her stick knocked away, but Mackey was there to pick it up. And the Hornets will at least get a chance to clear.
Yeah, and talk about a stick check right there. I heard that one from the press box. That might have been the hardest stick check I've seen in women's college lacrosse.
And that's a turnover. Unforced errors have been biting Kalamazoo in this game. That's their 4th turnover.
Yeah, Madsen, me and you talked about it a little bit. Surprised it's only at 4. It's felt like more. But just those unforced ones are really killing the Hornets. And
Caston's pass is tipped.
just a great play right there by Doyle. Wow.
Doyle's made a couple really big plays on the ride to give Kalamazoo possession back, and now they're really looking for a goal here.
Yeah, the attackman making 2 giant plays on defense for the Hornets. And again, that's exactly what you need in a tournament playoff game.
Spooner, they set up their bread and butter. Now Doyle goes to Heron. Fuller cutting, makes the catch, shot wide.
Yet another great look, and tries to go opposite side on Caston, and just a little bit wide.
Here's Heron. They send 2 at her. Tries to go to Spooner, and it's intercepted by Larson. Larson with speed. Gives it up. They got in front. The shot, scores again. I believe that one was Rhodes.
Yeah, and just a turn of events right there for the Thunder. I mean, a great play. Send a double at Heron. She turns it over, and just like that, another goal to add to this lead.
Thunder goal number 23, Courtney Rhodes.
That's 6 in a row, and now the Hornets really need something on the offensive end to put an end to this run.
8-3 Trine. Hornets scored the first 2, have been outscored 8-1 since then.
Yeah, Madsen, you can just really feel this stadium and field is just deflated now.
The energy just feels gone, so where does Kalamazoo turn to try and get it back?
I mean, right back to their star players. You need Spooner or Heron to get something going in the draw circle, and then obviously bringing it down low. They've been trying to feed Fuller a lot early in this game and had some great looks, just unable to capitalize on all of them.
And another draw control to the Thunder. So the Thunder can extend the lead even more. They lead by 5. Kempner gives it to Larson. Kempner couldn't hold on to the pass cleanly. And at least delay the rhythm of Trine, but still in great position as of right now. Garzullo spinning again, fires a shot wide.
Yeah, and really some solid defense from the Hornets, and the first time we've seen it, they're really holding up for really well for this first 60 seconds of the shot clock, and see if they can continue that.
Under 30. Richmond's got it. Beats Ware, and then we got a whistle and a foul going the other way.
Yeah, almost a moving screen call, and Ware playing excellent defense right there on Richmond and really not giving her a step at all.
Mackey gives it to Newhall. Hornets will attempt to clear again, and they do. Kozel kept it, got it to Doyle. Has Heron in front. Golden chance. Fakes one-way, scores. When you need a goal, who do you call?
Yep, Hannah Heron, obviously, and right there, a great feed. I believe it was from Doyle, and cutting right down the middle of the field. Heron sneaks behind the defense, and she's not going to miss on the doorstep right there. Great little double deke and finishes. And a few more of those, and the Hornets are right back in this game.
They make it 8-4, 6:42 to go in the second quarter. Third goal of the night for Heron. Gets herself a first half hat trick. And this is going to go to Trine. A violation on the draw. Thunder have, it's really flipped the script in this from the last game in the draw circle. It's been the Thunder who've been dominant.
Yeah, an illegal procedure call on Spooner there on that draw control, and as you said, just the complete opposite from that first game where Kalamazoo really dominated that center draw control circle.
Mackey maybe got a little too aggressive, but gets some help, and now Kempner's got it. And a hold again.
Yeah, not sure who they're getting for that one. I didn't really see anything. But nonetheless, a free position chance.
Hoyga in front, scores, and the Thunder answer.
Yeah, and that one really hurts the Hornets. I mean, probably the best angle you can have from the free position, just straight on, and Brooke Hoyga buries another goal for the Thunder, and right back to it.
Makes it 9-4.
Mets, I really think you need Spooner here. Give you a big one and get it down on the offensive end.
31 seconds after the Hornets finally get a goal. Trine answers to make it 9-4.
Do we continue on the run after that one? A 7-1 run now?
Yeah, that's what it's been. Spooner goes up for it, wins the draw with Hartle.
Yeah, and a great play right there by Spooner to knock it away right to her teammate, Sophie Hartle, and she'll take it into the offensive end and start it for the Hornets.
So can Kalamazoo answer now?
See if Trine looks to double next time Heron gets the ball.
They did it once, and it caused a turnover. As we're under 6 minutes to go in this quarter. Trine with a 5-goal lead. Here's Doyle. Doyle almost backing down. Claire Schmaltz. Now it's Spooner. Spooner's been held scoreless in this game. To Grelak. Grelak got it to Spooner. Spooner in front, loses it, turns it over. And then it's knocked away. Heron racing for it. It's still loose, kicked out right to Hibbler.
Yeah, and really everyone in that scrum trying to really flick it out with their stick, and finally Trine gets it and spits it right back out to Nikki Hibbler and right back into the offensive end. So it seemed after those first two quick goals from Kalamazoo that the ball has been in their defensive end the rest of the time.
Certainly feels like that.
I think that's what we need next, a time of possession stat.
Yeah, I'll talk to our stat guys, see what I can do, but there's not much I can do in that regard. Kemner gave it to Garzullo. And a free position try coming for Garzullo.
Yeah, and Russ really not letting anything go today.
Tough angle, but Trine can get a chance to dish somewhere. It's Hoyga who gets it. In some trouble, well defended by Kalamazoo.
Yeah, great play there by Heron to not really bull rush the original on the free position, knowing that the pass is coming from that tough angle.
15 to shoot. Rhodes fakes one, but goes back. The other shot is wide. 10 to shoot. Trine's got to move quickly. The clock's still running. 6 seconds. Richmond, she's probably going to try and do it herself. 4, 3. Shot is saved by Flink, and it's going to be loose, and Trine's going to get it. Kempner got it in front. That shot scores.
Yeah, and just catches the Hornets out of position on that one. You had 2 Hornets back acting like they were on the clear, and they just didn't know. It was still trying possession and go quick and get a goal. And this one getting a little ugly early.
10-4 Trine. Second quarter has been just dominated by the Thunder. 6-1. They've outscored the Hornets with 3:42 left. And a timeout is called. 3:42 to go in the period. Thunder leading at 10-4. What do you think Kalamazoo's got to do to figure out how to get some goals here?
You know, we keep harping on it. It really starts right here in this draw control circle and just getting it into the offensive end and giving yourself the opportunity to get a goal on the board. As we keep talking about it seems like this ball is just living in Kalamazoo's defensive end.
Heron is going to pick up the draw control here. Keeps possession, goes to Hartle. Hornets at least are going to get a chance to set something up, it looks like.
Yep, and just adding any goals here to end this first half will set them up a lot better to start the second half.
The series between these two teams has been featured in runs. Can the Hornets get one started here? Spooner's going to get a shot. It's saved.
Again, a great move right there by Spooner to split the 2 defenders, but after she got through, just didn't really have a great look at it and shot it right, stick side high, and an easy save right there for Caston.
Caston has stopped 60% of the shots she has seen.
Yep, and as we've been seeing, the attackman Tessa Fuller right on Caston after she saves that one, making life difficult for her.
Caston looking for somewhere to go with it. If anything, they're eating up a ton of time on the Trine shot clock here. They've used over 35 seconds. The pass misses its initial target, and the Thunder do pick it up. It was Hull who got it. And Trine takes almost a minute to get into the attack.
Yeah, normally you have 90 seconds on that shot clock and really starting this attack with under 40.
For the Thunder, it really hasn't mattered a lot of this game, though. They got a 6-goal lead. Kempner off a screen. Gives it up to Garzullo. Fires a shot that was stopped by Flink. And they'll at least get him a fresh 60.
Again, a tough angle, but rips a nice-looking shot, and a good job by Flink to save that one. Didn't really expect it.
Rhodes tries a long-range shot. That was stopped by Flink. And then a foul on Trine. They give possession to Kalamazoo. So they get a stop with 1:35 to go in the half. It almost feels like you got to get a goal here, right?
Yeah, just get this clear, get it down the offensive end, and just get something cutting this lead at least a little bit to end the first half and make it a little bit more manageable for yourself if you want to get back into this game in the second half.
Ware ahead to Kozel, who initially made a nice catch. Can't quite find it. It's loose, and then I believe Kozel got pushed.
Yeah, they're going to whistle Emily McKinley right there for a little bit of a push on Kozel and see if Kalamazoo can set something up. Maybe they'll try a different and go down low and start it with the attackman.
Here's Kozel to Heron. Just to Hartle, 45 seconds. Are you more last shot, or are you in the mode where you want just any type of goal you can get it?
I mean, I'm not too picky. Just get a good look inside and take anything. But at this point, with only 30 seconds left, really looking for that last shot. Don't give Trine another opportunity to score.
Under 30, Heron to Spooner. Gets a head full of steam, to Thunder fall, and then it's a turnover, and then Spooner ran into Hoyga. 15 seconds.
Yeah.
And I believe Spooner's going to get sent off here. Yeah, green card coming out on Spooner.
Thought she hit the stick on that one, but obviously just a little bit too aggressive. A little bit unhappy with the clock. Believe there should be more time.
Yeah, Hoyga started early.
Hoyga does. Really not much you can do with 4 seconds from here.
Yeah, the clock runs out.
Looks like they'll add some time back to that clock.
They're going to put 9 seconds on.
Still not sure if you can do anything with 9 seconds left. You just send a pass all the way down there and hope for a lucky bounce.
Nine seconds, getting a running start is Hoyga. Fuller probably did enough just to slow her down to keep her from scoring. 3, 2, 1. Clock will run out. That will do it for the first half, but a first half and really a second quarter just dominated by the Thunder.
Yeah, and as you said, a pretty even first quarter. I believe Trine got the lead at the very end of it, but then just absolutely dominated that second quarter. And really not what you want if you're the Hornets.
Take a look at the first half numbers. Trine with 18 shots on goal to Kalamazoo's 10. Hornets 2 of 3 from free position. Thunder 1 of 3. The saves go 8-6 in favor of Kalamazoo. Draw controls evened out a little bit, but Trine with a clear advantage there, 9-7. 8 Thunder turnovers to Kalamazoo, 7. 4 from for Trine have been caused. 3 for Kalamazoo have been caused. Maddie Caston, as we expected, has been phenomenal. 6 saves, 4 goals allowed, stopping 60% of the shots, and it feels like she's the difference.
Yeah, really stepping up and making a lot of big-time saves. I mean, Heron and Fuller have both had opportunities right on the doorstep, and she's turned them away.
Jordan Flink has stopped 44% of the shots she's faced, giving up 10 goals, 8 saves. Brooke Hoyga with 3 goals for the Thunder. Courtney Rhodes also with a hat trick. Elizabeth Larson with 2. Danielle Garzullo and Nikki Hibbler with 1. Here's what's impressive. Now, Callista Richmond has 2 assists, but they've done all this without her scoring.
Yeah, and as you said, Kalamazoo's game plan was to make someone else beat them, and right now the other players on Trine really stepping up and playing big, with Kalamazoo taking away Richmond's scoring.
Richmond with 2 assists, as we mentioned. Garzullo, Hibbler, and Hoyga each with 1. Kalamazoo scoring, Hannah Herron with 3. Natalie Mackey with 1. The assists, Tessa Fuller and Jordan Doyle with 1 apiece. What's the answer? Draw controls offensively. What does Kalamazoo have to do to figure this out and come back?
Well, it really starts in that center circle, as we keep saying, with the draw controls, and then you really need your other players to step up. Obviously, Hannah Herron with the hat trick in the first half. She's playing hard, but we need your other stars, Spooner and Fuller and even Hartle, the other supporting cast around them, to really step up and get going a little bit here and give some help to Hannah Herron.
We'll take a short break for halftime. We'll be back with you soon. The MIAA Tournament Semifinal number 2, featuring the number 2 seed Kalamazoo and the number 3 seed Trine. The Thunder lead it 10-4 after 1 half. Second half about to get underway. Trine's going to start with possession because of the yellow card to Ella Spooner, so they immediately are going to get a chance to expand on their 10-4 lead that they took into the break. What's the key here for Kalamazoo in this defensive possession?
We'll really need to get a stop, and that's asking a lot, obviously being man down because of that Ella Spooner penalty right before halftime. But if they can get a stop here and maybe a goal, just cut this thing down and just chip away at that lead.
And a great play by Ware defensively to intercept that pass. And now maybe running into some trouble towards the sideline, but able to reverse course and not find Heron as she can't catch the pass.
It's really just been those unforced errors like that this game that have been killing the Hornets.
Bit of a collision between Kennedy Hind and Courtney Rhodes, and Trine keeps it. Unforced errors, as you mentioned, have stung the Hornets.
And still, we got a great turnover early on in the man down, but Trine obviously still man up, and a great opportunity to expand on that lead.
They get a shot, flag flies as it's held onto by Flink. Flink looking for somewhere to go with it. Finds Kozel. See, defended by Kempner. Kozel able to get past midfield, has it knocked away from behind. Picks it back up near the sideline and is pushed out of bounds, so the Hornets will keep it.
Yeah, just a great pass right there from Flink. I mean, just held on to it, waited for someone to come open, and finally Kozel on the cut and takes it all the way down to the offensive end.
And I believe a timeout being called early by Kalamazoo, so about a minute and a half in and the Hornets have possession. Still a man down. Trying to figure out a way to come back in this game, down 10-4. Kalamazoo College possession. Out of this timeout, trying to find answers, trying to get the first goal of the second half, cut into the deficit.
And it looks like that Spooner penalty is about to release. Kalamazoo just has to hold on to it for a little bit longer, run out the rest of this penalty, and then look to go on the offense, on the attack.
Patient for now. Spooner's ready for the time of the penalty to run out. It does. She's been released. And the Hornets are back to full strength.
Now they'll look to set up their play with about 40 seconds left on that shot clock.
There they go. They get right into it. Doyle got Fuller in front. She just can't hold on to it.
And they're getting open cuts and good looks. Just passes are tipping off of sticks, and plays that they normally make just not going their way in this game. And they're going to have to turn that around in the second half if they want to make a comeback.
15 to shoot. Doyle. 10 to shoot. Doyle going to try and do it herself. That shot scores.
And a great play right there by Jordan Doyle. I mean, shot clock running out, and she'll take it around herself and top corner for the goal. And Jordan Doyle playing a huge part in this one here today.
It's the 11th goal of the year for Doyle. It makes it 10-5.
Yeah, and Mr. Doyle's been a little bit quiet with his cowbell, but that one will wake him up for sure.
I'd like to nominate Mr. Doyle as the fan of the game.
I think that's pretty acceptable, Mets.
Last year we had the Nate Clark Award, which we gave to the best fan, and unfortunately Nate's abroad, so he can't be here to earn that award, but
even if he was here, I don't know if it would have mattered.
yeah, Mr. Doyle's got it locked up. We're going to bring that back for the foreseeable future, or at least when there's a noteworthy recipient. So congratulations, Mr. Doyle. Draw is won by Kalamazoo, controlled by Hartle, and that's what you need, right?
Yeah, exactly what you need. Get a goal and look to go on a little bit of a run, and can't do that unless you win that center draw control.
Hines got it. To Grelak. Doyle behind the cage gives it to Heron. And again, they'll set up.
Yeah, and it looks like every single time they try to run this play that really hurt the Thunder last game, they'll send a double team over Heron's way.
They do here, and then they back it off for the moment, bring it back. Heron beats it for a second, though, and goes around goal, fires a shot, stopped by Caston.
Wow, and a great save right there. That shot was looking perfect in the top corner, and the Trine defenders kind of lost after Heron wrapped around behind goal, and she almost makes him pay.
Would have been a huge momentum swinging goal if Heron could have gotten that to go. Instead, the Thunder will try and clear.
And again, a big part of the ride is the attackmen really being aggressive and making it difficult for the Thunder. They forced a couple of turnovers, but
they clear here.
Can't stop it on that one.
10-5 Trine. There's Larson. Larson around some screens, and Hartle coming out of nowhere to defend that. They tried to run Richmond open on a screen. She wasn't there. Trine content to take their time, though, and now Rhodes fakes, goes back one way, still has it. Newhall defending her. Rhodes working on the All-MIAA defenseman. Now Hoyga on Heron. 15 to shoot, clock running down. Here's Garzullo. Kozel's there, 8 to shoot. She spins back. Still being defended tightly. 4, 3, 2 seconds, 1 second. It's going to be a shot clock violation.
Wow, and talk about defense right there by the Hornets. That's exactly what you need, and that'll get the energy back into this place.
So now you got to find a way to turn that into a goal, right? You get a stop like that.
Yeah, just build on that momentum and get a goal, and this place will be back to where it was pregame.
We played 5 minutes. Here's Ware.
Yeah, and some good-looking passing from the Hornets. Look to keep that up on the offensive end.
They set up again. Here's Spooner. Spooner gave it to Heron. Couldn't find Fuller, who's had trouble fielding those passes all day, and still can't hold on to it. Doyle right there behind her to pick it up, has it knocked away again, and a whistle first.
Yeah, and as you said, Fuller just struggling a little bit today with those passes, those catches that she normally makes right in front of the goal, just unable to come down with it.
She's in front of the goal here. Stops, shot, scores!
Hey, Mets, it might have been a little bit of the reverse announcer jinx right there. I'll take credit for that one.
I'll give you credit for that one.
Hey, thank you. And Tessa Fuller right picking up where she left off and finally on the board. And that's exactly what you need from those Fullers and Spooners. You need them to get going in the second half and bring your team back.
10-6. Hornets chipping away. .908 to go here in the third quarter.
Yeah, and just an absolutely great defensive possession from the Hornets, and that leads to offense and a goal. And you keep up that combination, and Kalamazoo will get right back into this game.
First goal of the night for Fuller. 35th of the season. They nearly had that one to Heron. Instead, it's going to roll to the Thunder, controlling the draw.
And see if the Hornets can pick up right where they left off on that last possession. Just excellent defense, and stonewalled the Thunder. Didn't really give them a chance.
They try a pass in front to Richmond, who makes a tough catch. Richmond's got it now. Richmond goes in front. They got an open look, and they take advantage immediately. The Thunder answer.
Yeah, and there it is, Mets. Trine just really being patient on the offensive end, just working it around a little bit. And a great pass right inside and leads to a goal on the doorstep. And again, putting Flink in a really bad situation.
Yeah, you can't expect her to stop all of those, and that makes it 11-6. It's the second of the night for Garzullo.
Yeah, and really Flink, even though she's given up 11 goals early in this third quarter, she's not playing bad at all. I mean, has 9 saves on the day. And
stopped 45% of the shots.
Exactly, just her defense really not helping her out a lot. And she's made a lot of big saves for the Hornets to even be in this game right now.
It's 11-6. Kalamazoo's been as close as 4 since Trine went up by 6. They win that draw. Spooner being chased from behind. A good job to keep it. Long pass ahead to Mackey, who makes the catch. They're into the attacking end.
Yeah, great pass right there by Kozel. Just beats the defender, and Mackey will take it into the offensive zone as we look right into that sun.
Directly into the sun.
It's about as low as it'll get before it hides behind the trees in the parking garage. And
I've never been more thankful for a parking garage in my life than I will be in about 10 minutes. Spooner took some contact, has it knocked away, and a hold, which I think means we're going to get a free position try. Spooner's going to get a chance.
Yeah, and talk about a better time to get back on track. Spooner with the free position from a pretty good angle. If she gets this one, get herself back on track, and that's exactly what she needs and the Hornets need.
Has yet to score. She's going to give it up to Heron. Heron's shot stopped by Caston.
Yeah, caught that one with the right hand and kind of got cut off from that side and switched to the left and almost went backhand for that shot. And just another great save by Caston, showing you why she's all MIAA.
One of the 2 first-team goalies.
And again, Fuller just all over.
Caston lost it for a minute. Running away from Fuller and trying to continue to have to take a really long time just to get it out of the defensive end. Grelak is pressuring Hoyga, who runs into a triple team, and then that's going to be Mackey sent off.
Wow. And talk about a break right there. 3 Kalamazoo defenders all over, and a great job on the ride. Looked like they were going to cause a turnover, and ref calls a green card on Mackey, and that one hurts.
So Mackey's getting sent off. And the Thunder can go right back to a 6-goal lead.
Yeah, and really the rough thing about being man down is that you can't have Ware just face guard Richmond because you're already a man down.
They had a great look. And then a whistle as Richmond got tripped up. This is a behind net free position chance.
Wow, and the ref's really not letting them play right now.
Richmond has it knocked away from behind by Ware. Popped up, Hartle's got it.
Wow, and talk about a defensive play right there from Ware, and Hartle taking a little bit of it there.
And now I think Hoyga's getting sent off. She's going to get a yellow card.
Yeah, and just cross-checked Hartle in the back a little bit. I think she was frustrated, no call. And going to go back to even, a little bit of 6-on-6 action here.
Both teams man down. 6:07 to go. It's a really big chance for Kalamazoo.
Yeah, great chance to kill off their penalty and basically while they're even right here, get a goal.
Hind will give it back to Ware. Ware gets it into the attacking end to Spooner. So what do you think is more important? It's actually Mackey's going to come back on. That will answer my question for me. Hornets now a man up.
Yeah, and you need a goal here on this man up. Cannot afford a turnover.
Hind doesn't handle it right. They've been mishandling those passes all day. Hartle is in front, had room. Gave it to Grelak. To Hind. To Doyle.
Yeah, and still a lot of time on this penalty. No need to force something. Look for your shot.
Heron gets her shot and scores.
And as you said, that's exactly their shot. Who else but Hannah Heron when you need one big? She's always stepping up.
Number 4 on the night, 62 on the year.
Hornet goal, number 5, Hannah Heron.
And you need your biggest players to step up on the biggest stages, and that's exactly what Hannah Heron's done here today. 4 goals. Can't even get started on the draw control numbers. I think Mr. Doyle's got some competition now.
Yeah, that's Albernis who wants to throw her name in the ring.
The Nate Clark Fan of the Game Award.
I've simplified just the Nate Clark Award, but that is what it is, yes.
I like it, Mets.
Thank you. Occasionally I come up with good ideas.
Occasionally being the strong word there.
Oh, whatever you say. That's enough out of you, as Tanner would say. Heron controls another draw.
Exactly what they need again. Gets caught a little awkwardly, gets to pass through.
Yeah, Mackey bringing it the other way.
Trying to take off with some speed, a nice looking spin move.
And gets it into the attacking end again. 5 minutes to go. Hornets have outscored Trine 3-1 in this quarter to cut the lead to 4. They have a chance to cut it to 3 here.
Yeah, Mets, I didn't think the sun would get worse, but
it just got worse.
I think it did.
We're getting close, though. It's almost down.
Hopefully that's not into the camera, but.
And an unbelievable interception by Hoyga. I don't even think she meant to do that.
Yeah, just stuck her stick up there, and the pass goes right into the stick and falls into the hands of Larson, and you know she'll take off.
And here comes Trine. Larson spins, creates some space. The shot is saved by Flink. It felt like that was a bit of a rush shot, didn't it?
Yeah, I mean, Larson really tried to take off with speed and beat the defense back, but got caught. Now Heron back the other way.
And now Spooner with some space. Spooner near the net. Spooner fires a shot that was blocked out in front. Race for it. It's going to Trine. Caston's got it.
Wow, and a Spooner shot just blocked in front, and then a great play by Caston to basically box out Fuller and win the race for the shot. But again, Fuller will be right back on her.
So another clear attempt coming for Trine. Under 4 minutes to go in the third. You figure you need one more, right, as Caston.
We're taking off all the way.
Is she going to try and go coast to coast here?
I've seen it in men's. I don't think I've ever seen it in women's. And looks like a smart play from head coach.
Trine's calling a timeout as their head coach, Kevin Cook. Didn't want Caston to get caught where she was in a corner, double teamed.
Yeah, playing a dangerous game, especially with the 4-goal lead. Don't want to give the Hornets any type of momentum.
3:32 to go in the third. Kalamazoo trying to chip away. They trail 11-7. Got an update on the men's tennis scene. As we mentioned earlier in the pregame show, Kalamazoo defeating Hope College in round 1 of the MIAA tournament. They are going to take on Calvin on Friday right here in Kalamazoo over at Stowe Stadium as they aim for another MIAA tournament championship, another NCAA tournament appearance.
Yeah, and as you said, the most consistent Hornet athletic team in men's tennis continuing to dominate the MIAA.
11-7 is our score here, 3:32 to go in the third. Trine behind a dominant second quarter, has led by as many as 6. As Elizabeth Larson reverses course, heads towards the sideline, gets it in the attacking end.
Yeah, and was basically triple teamed right there by all the attackmen. But a great job by her to get the clear and Trine right back into the offensive zone.
40 seconds and counting, now 35 on the shot clock. Here's Rhodes. Rhodes gonna try and go one-on-one with Newhall maybe again. Defended well. They got a shot though, as it was Hoiga who found herself open for another goal.
Yeah, and just a great pass again in front, and Hoiga again on the doorstep, and she's not gonna miss that one.
Hoiga has been phenomenal tonight with her 4th goal of the game. That's her 40th of the year.
Yeah, and obviously the Hornets trying their best to take away Richmond, and that's going to leave their other star players to step up, and tonight it's been Hoiga. As you said, 4 goals and an assist. You talk about a great night on a big stage.
One of the biggest, and so far Trine has not flinched. They were in the MIAA tournament a year ago. In fact, they were 2 years ago, excuse me. They were 1 game away from an MIAA tournament championship. Spooner trying to win it herself maybe. It's scrum for it, popped up into the air. Still loose, Hartle has it.
And a lot of contact and no whistle there on Hartle, but
and now Heron's going to get sent off with a green card.
yeah, that one surprised me a little bit. Not sure what the call was, but obviously Heron sent off, and now Kalamazoo faced with another man down. The last time created 2 amazing turnovers to keep themselves in this game, and gonna need another one here.
The lead for the Thunder back to 5. It's 12-7 with 2:20 to go in the third. Kempner to Rhodes to Richmond. In front, they get a look, they get a goal. It's Hoiga again. And that makes it now 13-7.
Yeah, that Richmond to Hoiga connection this game has been on full effect, and seeing it now, Trine a little bit slow to start this third quarter, but really taking over control here late.
Got it back to 13-7.
And now the Thunder faithful here starting to make a little bit of a noise.
Back to the draw circle again. As this game beginning to get further and further away from Kalamazoo. They control another draw though.
And Hartle able to take a little bit of contact there. And
nearly turned it over.
Yeah. But throws a little bit of a sloppy pass and Trine scoops it up.
Another turnover. And then Kozel steps in front to at least break up the pass. And Hoiga's got it.
Yeah, right now for the Thunder, who else? But Hoiga. If Kalamazoo's plan was to take away Richmond, I mean, you're going to need someone else to step up, and it's been Hoiga all game long.
Eden Schneerstein's going to get sent off. So Trine will get another man up. They've scored 3 times man up. And they might get a chance in front. Now Garzullo. Larson back to Garzullo. Hornets scrambling a bit defensively, but they'll at least slow down for now. Richmond threw it right to Mackey.
Yeah, and Richmond has thrown a lot of great passes in this game and a couple for assists, but that one just right to Mackey and a turnover. And
Yeah,
exactly what the Hornets need.
Richmond's got 4 assists tonight as they're under a minute to go in the third. Kozel being pursued by Richmond. Got it to Hind. Ahead to Heron, who couldn't hold on to it.
Yeah, and a great catch right there by Kennedy Hind. I mean, went down low and kind of just snatched it. Now,
Schneerstein's out.
as you said, even strength for these last 30 seconds. So you really need a goal here to cut this lead.
It feels like a must-score situation with 20 seconds. Spooner's got it. The sophomore star has been held quiet. Now Hind with 15. Back to Spooner. You almost think it's Heron and let her go. Doyle with under 10. Doyle got it to Fuller. Got knocked down. It's loose. And it's going to be going to Trine as the clock will run out on the third.
Yeah, and a pretty good look, an entry feed back to Fuller in front of the goal, but just lost it going for the shot. And Trine keeps the Hornets off the board to end the third quarter, and that was big defensively for them.
We go to the fourth. It's 13-7 Thunder. (13-7), Trine leading it as we start the final quarter on Mackenzie Field this season for the 2023-24 Hornet Athletic season. Kalamazoo wins the draw with Sophie Hartle. They will keep possession, and then Hartle nearly throws it away. Doyle gives it to Spooner. Back to Doyle. Can she find somebody? She's got Hartle wide open. She missed the shot.
Yeah, I'm not sure if the Defense got a piece of that shot right there if Hartle just sailed it high, but nonetheless a great look right there on the feed from Doyle and just unable to capitalize.
Kalamazoo keeps it.
And if they're going to get back in this game, they need goals and quick.
Doyle being pressured by Claire Schmaltz. Now Hartle had a step. Hartle goes to Hind. Hind. Just a Hartle tried to go to Heron. The pass was deflected. Fuller there to grab it.
Yeah, only 15 left on the shot clock. Need to get something going quick.
It's Heron in front, and an unbelievable save by Caston.
Wow. And that's one that you'd expect Heron to make 9 times out of 10, and Caston just steps up huge for the Thunder.
And Trine will begin to try and salt this away. Long pass to Kempner. Not handled cleanly, and Scherstein picked it up.
Yeah, and a great play right there by Eden Schnerstein, and then she gets slashed a little bit on the arm. Keeps her with the Hornets and need to go.
Doyle had 2 chasing her. Bounces it to Hine. Hartle trying to weave. Couldn't do so and turns it over.
Yep, and out of there again, I believe it was Larson, and she'll turn on the Jets.
And the Thunder slow it down.
Yeah, Metzen. They'll take their time for a little bit here, look for a great shot, and they do a 7-goal lead, basically doubling up the Hornets, and that one would hurt.
.60 to shoot for Trine. Hibbler to Larson, and then they miss the pass. Richmond. Ware has been tough on her all day, and then she trips. Fires a shot, though. That might have hit the post. And it will give a fresh clock to the Thunder.
Yeah, and as you said, the pass kind of accidentally went to Richmond. She's been getting face guarded by Ware all day, and almost a little blessing in disguise as she gets a good-looking shot there, but Ware just all over her all day long.
Hoyga, before she could get the shot off, turns it over.
Yeah, not sure what the call was there. But the Hornets again with another opportunity.
Mackey gets into the attacking zone. Kalamazoo talked earlier about how they want to slow the pace down, but that's out the window now, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely. You got to get something going here quickly and pushing the ball in transition every single time you touch it.
Hartle to Heron. Doyle's looking for somewhere to go with it. Ends up to Mackey.
Yeah, just the Hornet offense really stagnant right now.
Spooner fires a shot. It bounces off of Caston, off of both goalposts, and in.
Yeah, and that's the break that Spooner needs, hopefully, to get herself going. And some heartbreaking news there. And the song is not on there.
That is very, very sad.
We got some Hornet fans looking in disbelief at no Jay Swain. We're feeling their pain down there.
Yeah, it's mostly his teammates. And the draw here goes to Trine. As the Hornets get within 5 again, and They need more stops.
You need to stop and get the ball back and just try to cut back into this lead. A huge goal there from Ella Spooner to cut it back down to 5. And time obviously not on the Hornets' side.
Under 10 minutes. Still time to make a comeback, but it is going to dwindle quickly. They go back up top, and they will continue to milk this.
Yeah, and before Trine really kind of still running their offense while trying to eat up a little bit of clock, but here they'll just work it around the horn for the first 60 seconds at least of this shot clock.
So if you're Kalamazoo, do you get aggressive? Do you try and cause turnovers?
Not yet. Try to really pack it in and play tight defense and hopefully get a shot clock violation or a turnover here, but later on when you need something, yes, definitely pressure the ball.
Garzulo beats Ware and scores.
Thunder goal number 15, Danielle Garzullo.
And that one right there, exactly what the Thunder needed. Just ate up over a minute of clock and ended with a goal from the possession.
Makes it 14-8 with 9:08 to go.
Hornets.
Feels like for Kalamazoo, you got to win every draw from here on out, right?
Yeah, you really can't give them the ball in their offensive end because they'll just eat up a minute and a half off the clock, and you cannot have that at this point in the game. Need a couple of face-off wins and a couple of quick goals to really give yourself even a fighting chance.
Herron gets it. Spooner ducking through.
And they get the draw control, just need to work on that quick goal part of it.
Doyle looking for somewhere to go with it. Goes to Hartle. To Schneerstein. Kozel. To Doyle. Goes in front. Kozel's got a shot and another great save by Maddie Caston.
Yeah, and Doyle doing what she does best from behind the goal and finds an open cutter for Kozel and just stonewalled again by Maddie Caston. And that's what she's been doing all game to really keep these Hornets off the board.
As Trine brings it back the other way, 10 saves today for Caston, and 55% of the shots she has faced, she has stopped.
Yeah, and that's exactly why Trine is really leading this game and only holding the Hornet offense to 8 goals.
Yeah, Flink has 12 saves of her own, but it's just the volume of shots, too. And a lot of those been rebounds. They're going to get a great chance here. And Richmond missed it wide, or rather, it was Lillian O'Neill who just came in and missed it wide.
And exactly what you said, Flink's been playing really good as well. I mean, 12 saves, and you would not expect her to have 14 goals against, but the Thunder with 26 shots on goal today.
And a lot of those have been off those rebounds, too, that they've bounced back out to Trine.
Yeah, either Flink just not able to control the shot or off the post or something in front and just getting scrappy to get those rebounds.
Another free position try. This is Garzulo, who scores.
Yeah, and back-to-back goals for Garzulo, and that one really hurts the Hornets' chance of a comeback.
15-8, 7:15 to go. Let's look at some men's lacrosse scores in the MIAA tournament. Pope leading Adrian 15-0 in the third quarter of that game.
Wow. That's early in the third quarter.
Calvin and Albion tied at 10. We mentioned men's tennis. Kalamazoo beating Hope 5-1. Calvin beating Trine 5-2, which is going to set us up for a matchup on Friday between Kalamazoo and Calvin as the Hornets look for another MIAA championship. We've talked about their dominance. Some softball scores. Trine sweeps their, or rather, Adrian sweeps their doubleheader against Olivet, St. Mary's splitting with Anderson today, and Calvin sweeping Alma. The other semifinal game, Hope defeated Albion 17-7, so the winner of this game will head to Holland on Saturday. What will be... actually, the time on that is yet to be determined. We're going to assume it's going to be 1 o'clock, maybe 3 o'clock, something in the afternoon. Under 7 minutes, Fuller gives it to Hartle. And a turnover.
Yeah, great feed right there by Fuller to Hartle, but kind of gets in no man's land with her back turned towards the goal with 3 defenders all around her. And again, trying down to the offensive end and can milk another minute and a half off this clock and look for another goal to double up the Hornets again.
Rhodes has it. Takes a big hit from Newhall. Let's try and killing off a penalty as well. It was on Lucy Hauser who got whistled for the Thunder. Under 6 minutes to go. And Trine salting away seconds of this game. Helped by a dominant second quarter where they outscored Kalamazoo 6-1. And right now, really, that's the difference.
Yeah, as you said, the other 3 quarters really, the score even, maybe slightly in Trine's favor, but that second quarter just really back-breaking for the Hornets.
5 to shoot. Garzula makes another move. Did it go in? No, it didn't.
It might have been off the shoulder of Flink up into the top corner of it, and I thought that goal hit the back of that ball hit the back of the net, but
it did not. And then the ball bounces off of Schnurstein's stick, and Trine picks it up again. Another Hornet turnover right after a clear, but then Fuller causes a turnover. She's got some room. She scores.
Yeah, ball bounces right off Schnurstein's stick, off a Fuller stick, and off of a Trine defenseman's stick, and Fuller gets it back, makes a great move in front, and buries it.
It'll be the second goal of the night for Fuller. That makes it 36 in her first collegiate season. That makes it 15-9, excuse me. Hornets still trailing by quite a wide margin. If they're gonna pull off maybe the impossible, it's gotta be every single draw from here on out, right?
Yep, you gotta win the center circle and score quickly.
Is this where you ramp up your pressure defensively?
Yeah, and if you don't win the draw control, you gotta pressure the ball, maybe even throw doubles, try to cause a turnover or something. But really, hopefully, just starting in the center circle with Spooner.
A good catch by Hartle initially, and she still got it. Somehow came away with it.
Yeah, through 3 defenders. And
then Kalamazoo is going to take a timeout. 4:40 to go in this one. Hornets trailing 15-9. As desperation increases for Kalamazoo, they have possession. 4:40 to go.
Yeah, and get right into your offense and hopefully get a quick goal and then just keep winning faceoffs after that.
They got 4.5 left. They set it up. They go to Heron. Trying to get it to her. Took some contact. No whistle. And she was a little slow to get up.
Yeah, got drilled right in the side of the head with that pass. Looks like she's able to shake that one off.
Everything she has done for this program, you would expect nothing less. We approach 4 minutes. Spooner try to go to her, lost the sight of it, and now Fuller has to run a long way just to keep it in bounds, which she does. 40 seconds to go. Gave it to Schneerstein. Spooner fakes, spins. Wants to do it herself. Gave it to Hartle. Hartle splitting. Shot scores. And so they're going to, at least for now, stay in it.
Yep, giving themselves a chance. And you only need 5 goals in 3 minutes and 40 seconds, and it's probably been done before.
I'm sure it has. It's the 19th goal of the year for Hartle. .339 to go.
All right, Mets, I think it might be time.
Is this it?
No bigger draw control than this one right here for Spooner, Heron, and Hartle.
3:39, 15-10. They win it.
Wow, and Spooner pops it right to Heron on the run and gets it immediately into the offensive end and just need to go now. You can take some time, but you really got to start pressuring.
They're trying to set their play up.
And again, they'll throw the double.
They double Spooner. Heron pops open for a second, makes a move, has it knocked away, and a turnover, and then immediately turned back over. Hines got it, stopped, and then a whistle. I believe a free position try coming for Kennedy Hind.
Yeah, wow, and a great defensive play from Trine, and then right back to a great defensive play for the Hornets.
Probably too far away for a shot, so she gives it up to Hartle. We approach 3 minutes. Schneerstein to Hind, makes a good catch, gives the Spooner. You almost think it's time for her to go one-on-one?
Yeah, you got to take something. Someone's got to dodge. Someone's got to cut. Just eating up too much of this clock.
2:45 and counting. Hartle had Hind in front from it. Now Spooner fires a shot. Caston stops it.
On a great looking shot, low and away. And Caston just stepping up huge again.
This is loose. Doyle picked it up.
Need something like that again quick.
Doyle lost it. Couldn't pick it up initially. It's towards the sideline. It's going to Trine. And that might be the final nail in the coffin.
Yeah, and Doyle was back there with Claire Schmaltz and thought it might have been off her stick, but the refs give it Trine's way.
So the doubles come for Kalamazoo, and a timeout called, I believe, by Trine. So just a touch under 2 minutes to go in this one. The Thunder in position to move on. Trine keeps it under 2 minutes. And weaving through the traffic was Elizabeth Larson.
Yep, and she has a quick step, so she'll take it all the way down, and dump it off to. Ooh, that's.
The Thunder, they do have to shoot it one more time, but they can run this clock way, way down.
Yeah, you can take it to about 45 seconds left, and looks like what they'll do.
And as the year ends, we're going to take one more look at the Hornets season and what an unbelievable year it was for the Hornets. They'll drop to 10-4. They finished 5-2 in MIAA play in the regular season. Open the year with a loss at Indiana Tech and then rattle off 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 straight victories, including an overtime win at Calvin. After a tough 2 games against Hope and Albion, they turned around, beating St. Mary's on the road. What was the game of the year here? That win last week over the Thunder in overtime as the shot clock will run down. It will be a violation. The clock will reset and the Hornets will get one more possession. The first home game in this program's history, the most wins in this program's history. A year that all of these women will be proud of. They miss Heron. Spooner's going to get one more shot, and she scores to cut into the lead a little bit more, and it's unfortunately going to be too little too late.
Yeah, and just great work, though, there by the Hornets to clear that one down quickly, and a pass that skips over to Spooner, and she buries it.
Hornet goal number 10, Ella Spooner.
And as you said, don't let a little bit of a disappointing game take away from a spectacular season for the Hornets. Multiple firsts and breaking records everywhere.
Spooner's second goal tonight puts her at 58 on the year. And let's look at some of those records just for the team itself. Tied goals in the game back in March against Aquinas. Tied assists in the game back in March in that game. Ground balls in the game, they did that in game 1. Wins in a season, assists in a season, and they have now broken the single season goals record as well. 22 seconds left. Heron is going to almost win one more draw control. 18 seconds. She'll pick it up, let her go one-on-one.
You know, I think everyone in this building wants to see Heron get one more goal.
And she will give it up. And they will let it run down. Spooner tries to go to Heron. They won't get it. And the Hornets' storybook season ends tonight.
Final score, Kalamazoo 11, Trine 15.
Trine will move on to the MIAA championship game. They will face Hope College on the road on Saturday at Van Andel Stadium in Holland. And Kalamazoo will not be able to hang their heads for long when they start looking back on the best season in program history and where they will be able to build from here.
Yeah, and as you heard in the pregame interview, it was a little bit of a disappointing season last year, and then to come out and really turn it around and turn this whole program around. And as you said, don't let a disappointing loss take away from a spectacular season and breaking records almost everywhere and hoping to build on that for the foreseeable future.
Let's look at the individual numbers. The winning goalkeeper tonight is Maddie Kasten. She was phenomenal. 11 saves, stopping 50% of the shots she faced, and she was instrumental in trying putting that game away when the Hornets tried to rally late.
Yeah, she was really big at the beginning of the game, making a lot of crucial stops to not let it get out of hand early, and then obviously as Trine got the lead, she was even better in keeping the Hornets off the board to secure the win.
Jordan Flink is, unfortunately for Kalamazoo, the losing goalkeeper. Despite her phenomenal play, had 12 saves, stopped 44% of the shots she faced. Just saw such a high volume. There's not much she can do.
Yeah, and as you said, not much she can do. She saw a ton of shots, and she really kept Kalamazoo in this game, in all honesty, I mean, with those 12 saves.
Let's look at the individual numbers. Goal scorers for Trine. Brooke Hoygo with 5 goals, the MVP of the night for the Thunder aside from Kasten. Danielle Garzullo with 4, Courtney Rhodes with 3, Elizabeth Larson with 2, and Nikki Hibler with 1 assist. Callista Richmond held goalless, but 4 assists. Really played a big factor despite not getting in the goal category.
Yeah, and as you said earlier, the Hornets' main game plan was to take away Richmond all day long, and she couldn't do it on the scoring end, but she did it with her assists. Obviously, 4 is a huge number for her.
Danielle Garzullo, Nikki Hibbler, Brooke Hoyga, and Courtney Rhodes each adding an assist. On the Hornets side, they got 2 goals from Ella Spooner, 2 goals from Tessa Fuller, 1 from Sophie Hartle, 1 from Jordan Doyle, 1 from Natalie Mackey. They got 2 assists from Jordan Doyle, 1 from Spooner, 1 from Fuller, but they got 4 goals from their senior, their captain, their heartbeat, and unfortunately just played her final game, Hannah Herron.
Yeah, and just talk about an absolutely tremendous career and was crucial in turning around this women's lacrosse program here at Kalamazoo College. And her legacy will be remembered for years to come.
Yeah, and let's look at her legacy. Some of the records she broke this year. Tied goals in the game, did that last week against St. Mary's. I don't have the draw control numbers in front of me. I don't know if she got the 12 tonight. That's what she needed to tie the single season record. She's going to fall 2 goals short from tying the career goals record, and she's going to fall 1 assist short of tying the single season assist record. However, she does hold now the career assist record at 278, and tonight was her 62nd game played, the most by any Hornet ever. Cannot top what she has done. With that, we're going to wrap up this broadcast of the first round of the MIAA tournament. We thank you all for tuning in, and we thank everyone for tuning in throughout the entirety of the 2023-24 women's lacrosse season and all the sports across Kalamazoo College, as this might, we hope not, but might be the final time you and I are on the mic together this season. The next broadcast will be tomorrow. The Kalamazoo College baseball team will be at home. They're going to host Alma. Tanner White will be with you guys for that one. But again, we want to extend our most sincere thank you to everyone who's watched for a second or for an entire game or maybe even every game. We want to thank everybody out there. This is not possible for Dawson and I without you guys. So thank you. And with that, we will wrap up this broadcast. Signing off from Mackenzie Field. Zach Metz here. Next to me, Dawson Scoopin. Your final score one more time in the MIAA tournament semifinal. Trine 15, Kalamazoo 11. Thank you, everybody, and have a good night.